Give me 1 second, you guys. There you go. All right. Shalom. Hey, Rain Accords. It's Ellie, the Empress here. All right. And so today we're going to be talking about the $1 plan. What is our $1 plan? Okay. All right. When Wortman said, "Peace, Goddess." What's good, Win? What's good, Grand Rising? Peace to you as well. Okay. Much gratitude and appreciation for your presence. Okay. So, in our last stream, we talked about QBDG, Quadrillionaire Blockchain Derivatives Goddess, God, right? And how that is the movement that we're pushing. What everyone has to realize is August 8th, 2024 is 888, okay? So this entire vortex of the abundance portal is important for us to completely harness right now, immediately. So even after the year, the 8 year, okay? What we do now sets a precedent for decades after now. So let's manifest the biggest that we can think of. There's numbers bigger than quadrillion. However, most people have only heard of millionaires. Some of us know of billionaires. A lot of people don't know of trillionaires. Let's go above that. Quadrillion. That was funny. Okay, so what's the plan for a $1 quadrillion or more? When you learn about the financial aspect of how the matrix is puppeteered, okay, you learn about currency. Currency is not dollar bills and money, it is how energy is moved around. Currency, the flow, the current, the sea. So that is why our network is called Marine Liquidity Fiduciary Flow. So, on the spiritual aspect, connecting with the aquatic kingdom, the Orisha Olokun, Yemoja, sometimes Oshun, the river goddess, and getting in tune with what's going on in the sea. Also, Olokun's son, Ajay. So, by connecting with these entities, learning about different aspects of the marine kingdom in the positive aspect, okay? Because Lucy, my cat is just running amok right now. I don't know what she got going on. So, learning about the positive aspects, because you're talking about deep sea knowledge, deep hidden occult esoteric information. So of course you're going to come across a lot of things that aren't the best or not the happiest, not the most, if we're going to say positive. However, it's the truth. I say that the truth is always positive. However, not everybody can handle the truth. So this is for those of us who are ready to accept full truth. That is how you grow as an individual. That is how you gain abundance. Crystal Light, wait, Mind State said, greetings, goddess. How you doing? Okay. So, what's the plan? Our members here are able to gain access to our actual war strategies. Those war strategies come directly from our network on the website and app that I already have built, and I'm building up an archive of information and strategies, plans, different expenses that we have. Everything is there and available when I start accepting people. So for masculines, if you would like to go ahead and invest the base investment, which is 11,000, you're welcome to do so, and you can get instant access to our archive. Other than that, you can get a membership here on YouTube that start at 99 cents a month, they go up to $3.99 a month, to have access to the information that is shared on our website. So once we get our network solidified, that's when I'll start, you know, adding more people to it, and I'll get into that in a moment. Otherwise, though, a lot of us commune, gather together, we get together on social media. So I made sure that this channel is used for our network to be able to connect in that way. I know how these things operate and work, so I'm just making it as simple as possible for everyone to be able to be like, okay, so this is plan of action A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, me using like words like private equity, mergers and acquisitions, and divestiture, and derivative trading, and sovereign wealth funds, and hedge funds, asset management, it's like a bunch of yibber yabber jibber jabber, because that's not what's taught in mainstream education systems. Zen said 11K, damn. Yes, there's a reason for that. And so, what's not taught in mainstream education is exactly what's being brought to the surface. How they manipulate and puppeteer different aspects of the matrix is through these instruments. Because again, money is a tool. Money doesn't have value itself. Money only has enough value to be backed by how people believe it's valuable. So, how valuable is a person to the marketplace? A person who doesn't have any skills is not valuable to the marketplace. Their physical vessel, their soul, their spirit is valuable, but they're not valuable to the marketplace. A person with multiple skills and multiple certifications is very valuable to the marketplace. So, who would you give $1 million? The person who doesn't know how to do anything, or the person who knows how to do many things? Logically speaking, you would give them $1 million. So, change the mindset from million to quadrillion. Okay? So, war strategies. Our aspect of comprehending things has been defense mode and combat. Instead of being in defense mode and participating in combat or attempting to do so, we are now in offense. We are making the first moves. And it's intellectual, it's gaining intel, not just gaining information, gaining network, gaining connections, knowing who's who and who does what. That's a strategy. So the details of that is already in our archive in more detail. And for our members, there is some detail there available for learning how to do that. And that is where the masculines come in. The feminines, though, feminines are here to provide information. As ladies, we're more intuitive and in tune and in touch with the moon cycles, and so we are able to connect with the ethers in a different way than the masculines. Masculines are very good being on the field. Feminines, I made it to where we have stay from home, like you could stay at home and have a work from home or remotely if you leave from your house, of course. I opened up that opportunity for ladies specifically because our way of communicating is in more of flow than masculines tend to be. Now, masculines can participate in sharing information, it's just in a different form, in a different way, a different format. The work from home opportunity that I have opened up for ladies, goddesses, involves us writing essays. And so those essays are used to be shared with the masses. A lot of us have seen what's happened with these videos now. Videos go viral. People get a high off of the information. Mm-mm. We're not getting high off information. What we are doing is implementing strategies and structure for our network along with the masses that we're communicating with. How do you affect the masses? You affect the masses by affecting the leaders. How do you affect the leaders? Well, we add them to our network and we influence them. You see, everyone wants to be an influencer nowadays. Everyone wants a bunch of followers. Everyone wants a bunch of comments, and they want a bunch of people to give them likes and shares and make them go viral. That's not a war strategy. That's fame. That's attention. We don't want fame. We don't want attention. That's not a war strategy. War is done in stealth. So by being in stealth mode, making the connections necessary, and gaining the intel that we need to enact on certain moves, that's how we win. What is there to win? At this point, a lot of people know what's up. People know what's up. However, people don't know what to do with the fact that they know what's up. So, the ladies are here to explain this is what you can do with the information that you now have. While our ladies are teaching the masses about what this information is and how they can implement it into their lives, our network is also able to use this information for our lives better and when we influence those that we come across. So, by the masculines and feminines working together in their purpose in different ways, that is how we have our $1,000,000,000 plan. Where is this number quadrillion coming from? I'll get to the masculines in a moment. When we're talking about every aspect of existence, okay, we're not just talking about food, nutrition, skincare, hair, clothing, air quality, water. We're talking about everything. Technology, education, entertainment, everything. Aligning everything with spiritual practices and being in complete harmony, not just balance, harmony. Because even if you're balanced, you can be wobbly while you're in balance. Because you're not falling, but you're wobbly. Harmony. Because even in harmony, if you're wobbly, it's way more smooth. And you're able to keep your balance easily. Whereas if you're balanced and wobbly like this, it's too much to think about. You're constantly thinking about making sure that you stay balanced so that you don't fall. Or if you're in harmony, even if you're wobbly, things move so slow that everything's still so clear. The way of water, flow. Okay. Sakim Asaro said, greetings, SC. What's good? What's good? Greetings. Zen said, I'm a revolutionary. I don't care about like or views or attention in general. I'm cool with being behind the scenes. Uh-huh. So, when it comes to masculines, why do the masculines have to invest to any extent? Here's the thing. Ladies don't mind working and putting forth effort. So, I created a space for the ladies to create and share their expertise. Masculines, on the other hand, the reason I have it set up to where masculines must invest is because that is the way that the masculine brain is wired. Masculines are logical, correct? So therefore, when a masculine, a male, takes it upon himself to invest in himself, invest in his education, invest into his future, invest into his network, he's locked in, takes it so seriously that it becomes his reality. right? So, by making the stakes so high for the masculine population, 5 figures, $11,000, that sounds like a lot. It isn't. Gaining access to this network in this fashion, in this form, gains you a network and ability to travel the world, learn information unlimited from ladies who are deep in their studies, entrepreneurs, enthusiasts, people who grew up in families who have practiced whatever the subject is for who knows how many generations. Unlimited access to that. Meeting people of prestige, people in high places, because that's part of the war strategy. Putting the masculines into rooms that otherwise they would never be in. And also bringing back that information to the feminines so that they can go within themselves intuitively and gain even more information from what the masculines bring. Masculines go out and find seeds. They chop down trees and they bring back to the village the harvest. Whereas ladies are nurturers, they get the seeds and they plant them locally to grow them around the village and nurture them to grow immediately there. They get whatever offspring and domesticate them, and they cook the game that the masculines retrieved. It's the same thing, same analogy. So, and it sounds like a lot, it truly isn't. When we're talking about quadrillion, thousand is down here. Thousand, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. So to even think on the quadrillion-dollar space, the aspect of 1,000 shouldn't be a lot. It's really quite low. Because you see, we have marine liquidity, fiduciary flow, private equity, and research. That is our firm, that is our network. Okay? When you're talking about things like private equity, asset, fund management, hedge funds, one singular investor can entrust our firm with 2 million, 10 million, $100 million to manage their assets, manage their funds, give us their funds to give them back an ROI, a return on their investment. So if our network isn't willing to invest a few $1,000s, who are they to trust us with millions? And that's one individual. You could have 2, 3, 4, 10, 100 clients issuing millions of dollars for us to manage their assets. Our ladies are constantly doing research on these industries and these fields. Our masculines are constantly traveling and visiting the people in these industries and fields and spaces and networks, other research companies, to gain the intel that's necessary for us to evolve, not just to the next stage, for a continuous evolution. Because you see, a lot of our people get stuck in a loop. It's a continued cycle, a continued loop. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So therefore, a lot of our people are insane, thinking that if they keep pushing and making the same exact decisions, that things are going to be different. That's not how this works. We are breaking other people out of the loop by doing what we're doing. So it sounds expensive. That it's an investment. So that's why I have multiple options as well. Until you get to the 11,000, you can learn how to make the 11,000 with the membership here, which starts at 99 cents a month. yes, we're sharing war strategies. I also teach people how to make money. You can make $11,000 in one deal. I teach how to do that. So it's take the opportunity to learn how to gain a high value skill, a high finance skill, and learning about high finance terminologies and networks. You take those concepts, you implement them, make the money, invest, and then that gets you into the passive income circle. Because our masculines would get passive income from our research firm. Our research firm is also a blog. So the research that our ladies are doing, the goddesses produce, is shared in blog form. And so the blog can have paid subscribers. And those paid subscribers are also paying passive income to our masculine to invest. And that's how it works. So I'm going to go over a few clips from one of our virtual business meetings from July 5th, 2023. Okay, and it's going into detail about exactly what's going on with the private equity firm. So here is our group on the website. This is Marine Liquidity Fiduciary Flow Group. Directly, like it's an app connected to it as well. Let me actually put this down. We have an app connected as well. Okay, so masculines. Once you pay your 11,000, you'll have instant access. Even if you pay early, you can go ahead and get access immediately. Ladies, you'll be getting access at another time. We have our app that's already up now for our blog, so y'all can join that. Y'all can go ahead and join that one. But you'll be able to access the archive once I do open that up. So I'm gonna go over some notes, some video notes. That's why I tell y'all for the virtual business meetings, make sure you screen record and take notes during those, because they're only available for our members after the first 24 hours. And then anyone who has their own business, like they sell essential oils, they, do sound baths, they host yoga classes, they do retreats and stuff like that. Like I said, that all helps the elderly, right? They're able to do things like have a brick and mortar place, if they would like to host in-person classes, and they would receive whatever they need to cover their company overhead. And they would have advertising because of the way our network works. Our Rolodex network will be self-sustaining. If anybody needs anything, everybody knows who everybody is. Oh snap, yeah, I need somebody to cleanse this property we got, and then I need somebody to set up a crystal grid. Okay, cool. That's gonna be, 1,500 is usually 4,000, but since we know you, we're gonna do it for 1,500. We'll be over there in 2 days, and then they could travel the state over to wherever you are, cleanse the property, set up the crystal grid. Boom, there you go. You got your farm and your homestead set up for whatever you need, without having to be concerned about anything because it's been spiritually protected. This is what we're doing. Okay. So, like you heard in the beginning, a lot of spiritual businesses are based around things that assist the elderly. Why are we talking about the elderly? For the rest of the decade, the baby boomer generation will be retiring. Okay? So that's a huge market of individuals who will be senior citizens. So by catering to senior citizens, that is an industry that is going to have so many customers in it over the next, we're saying like 20 years, okay? Because when you think about it, the average life expectancy now, roughly anywhere between like if we're being honest, 65 to like 80, hopefully 100. However, most people simply aren't living to be 100 years old. So I'm just being honest about what's going on here. For the next 20 years, we have an industry that's going to be filled with elderlies, with senior citizens. So, by capitalizing on that and seeing the need and filling the need, we are being of service. By being of service to the masses and the collective here that we have here in the entire world, but this is specifically research done for the United States, if I'm not mistaken. It's generating income. By catering to these particular individuals as they are in their passing stages of life, that's income for the rest of their life that spiritualists are able to gain while assisting them in their transition and assisting their families as they have someone who's transitioning. It's as simple as that, really. Oh, hold on. Niggas, I got the game fucked up. We ain't got no more time to waste. If people not trying to pull their funds together and work together as a community, we gotta go this route in order to get stuff done. I got the codes to break the matrix. So let's go. So by fulfilling those tasks, those get done, right? As far as having the cash flow every single month, right? By taking away that concern about thinking of how to gain a dollar every single day, the people in our, I'll just say our sector, are able to fully focus on what they're doing for the collective. So if somebody wants to go full time and do van life and they're able to do remote work and just work like 4 hours a week doing whatever tasks we need them to do, they can do that. And they can travel with all the finances that they. Okay. So big emphasis on cash flow, passive income, money that you don't have to work for. Emma Mankin said hi, hello. Saki Masaru just joined Trillionaire Entities. Welcome to Trillionaire Entities. Greatly appreciate you. Okay. All the information is there for Trillionaire Entities, so you'll be able to see all the archive that I have posted for you guys. For every member, you'll be able to see everything. And also, with that last clip, I was speaking passionately about the fact that people have done these fundraisers, and I'm part of it. So I'm not speaking from like a hating side eye. Like, no, I was part of it, trying to do these fundraisers and people doing things together, and it's just not working. So for people who don't see the reason why, it's like, oh, why do we have to invest, or why do we have to invest this much? What is the point of that? Because all this other stuff isn't working. So we're just gonna commercialize the spiritual community and operate as a business and as a network instead of whatever this other stuff was going on. Pinnacle. So usually to a pinnacle. Wow. And then right here is Lisa. But usually the two of pentacles means like juggling something, trying to figure out something, but pentacles in general is associated with wealth and grounding. So I am assuming that anybody who feels any sort of it's not restriction. resistance, any sort of resistance to what's happening right now, because it's like, oh, we're supposed to be out the matrix, da da da. The what the matrix is not knowing the matrix games. Once you figure out the games and you cheat the codes, you're not even cheating at that point. You just know the codes. Just like people who are in poverty are upset with rich people who don't pay a lot or anything in taxes. It's not that poor people can do it too. They just don't, because they don't know how to. They don't know the codes. So once you know the codes, you get things accomplished. By us doing what we're doing, buying 100 acres of property for $500,000 won't be a thing. Oh, we got to take out $500,000 out of the fund so we can buy some farmland. Oh, okay, let's go ahead and mark that down in our expenses. Like I said, these clips are from one of the virtual business meetings from July. This was the very first virtual business meeting where I was breaking down the aspects of the private equity firm, okay? So that was reiterating how people may see an idea like this and be like, "Oh, well, that's corporate. That's this and that." Well, if we build it ourselves, it won't be the same aspect of corporate that we recognize corporate America to be. We could be a Fortune 500 company and be traded at the top of the stock market without acting like all of them other Fortune 500 companies. We could have 500 employees. We can serve however many people. We can be publicly traded on the stock market. We can have shareholders. We don't have to operate the same way as everybody else, though. We just have to make sure our paperwork is right. All right. Now, this is describing the structure. Considering that we target large-scale apartment complexes that will limit us to purchasing one apartment complex per year, however, we are able to utilize the remainder of funds for small-scale multifamily properties, quadruplexes, triplexes, and duplexes. This allows us to fully utilize the ability annually and add more doors and units to our portfolio throughout the year. Now, having people work in our business and having people be able to invest in our business creates all type of money from different avenues, okay? And so that way, if we know somebody in the community that needs a job, we go here. We need you to do this, we need you to do that, we need you to do that. But we can pay them. Boom. Ain't no struggling, ain't no nothing. They said just that one, okay. If somebody has money in the community and they want to contribute, but they want to make sure something's valid, boom. We got our businesses already set up. We got our LLCs. We got our business bank accounts. We have verification. Boom. So they don't have to worry about anything being sketchy. Or be concerned about it, rather. Okay? Okay, so again, that whole little fundraising stuff, and then you come back months later and it's like, where'd the money go? Or providing opportunities for people and people being like, well, these people said they had this going on. Where's the opportunity? How can I join? How can I be of service? Or how can I benefit? And then nothing. See, people lack organization. It seems annoying, but like, this is how you organize. This is true organization. This is war strategy. So you heard the baseline is real estate. The baseline is real estate cash flow, apartment complexes. Every month people pay rent. Every month. We're talking about the elderly, right? Now, it's not a nursing home specifically. It's elderly living community. They're going to be there for the rest of their lives, unless by spontaneity, one of their children decides to put them in a nursing home, or, if they are unable, they need to go to a nursing home or to a hospital or something like that. Let's hope for the nursing home, because their kids want them to be there. Or their children decide, we're going to move them back home with us. We move into a bigger home, so grandpa's going to live with us. Let's hope that those things happen. The probability is just low, being real. So for those who do not have access to a nursing home, and those who don't have kids who have a big enough house for them to live in, this is what this is for. We make it available for them. They have their different ways of being able to pay, and we make things accommodated for the elderly. It's money every month for the next 5, 10, 20, potentially 40 years of their life. It's money in our pocket while we're being of service to them. So in this document, I'm going to read from the terms part, okay? Property purchases, property management duties, rehab, and construction processes are all influenced by the fund managers. Cleaning and nurse services are third-party companies chosen by fund managers/GPs. Investor partners, LPs, are given quarterly updates and progress reports on their investment. Starting after the first month of the property purchase, investor partners receive monthly rental cash flow. There is a 30-day gap for financial collections, payment of fees and services, and other fund processing. Managers/GPs are paid after investor partners, LPs, receive their monthly revenue.
Revenue, what is that?
Revenue is money that's paid. And so, with that being said, all that means is anybody who is an investor or a partner with us is just showing how people are getting paid depending on how they are involved in the business. So if you have somebody who got big monies, right? They put in $100,000 into the project, right? They have to do less work unless they want to do more work, okay? But, okay, they do less work than somebody who is, they exclusively work directly with me to get things organized, or they put in something like $1,000. That person who has $100,000, they get paid 100% passively without doing any work unless they decide to. The people who are directly involved with the business may have put in a little bit less money, but they're putting in the groundwork and everything like that. They get paid after those, people get paid. However, they are part of the actual structure of the business. And that is cash flow. It's paid every month. Passively. All that's required is looking over financials and making sure that certain people are in certain places. Okay. Emphasis on cash flow and passive income, okay? And all those terminologies are in our archive, and y'all heard my son in the background. He asked me a question. He asked what revenue is, and I explained that to him. That is what's involved in the homeschool kit as well, okay? This is a family endeavor, all right? This is not just a job that you go to, you work at, and then you go home. No. When we have our video call meetings, it's okay, get the whole family on the line. I want them to be able to hear in the background, and the kids learn, your spouse learn. If you got your cousin in the house with you, if you live with your uncle, let everybody hear what's going on. Masculines, you invested into this company. Let your family know exactly what's going on and how they can get involved. And if they have no interest, leave them be. Ladies, You started working with this company and you're making income from sharing your knowledge and information. Let your family know what's going on and how they can either benefit from you directly or how they can be able to involve themselves in the network. If they're not here for it, leave them be. But if you are a parent, involve your children. This is their education. Whatever you are involved with is their education. Even if you still have your children in an institution, okay, if we have a business meeting while they're at school or whatever program they're in, let them know what happened afterward. Be like, I did this in my business meeting today, and this is what we talked about. I want you to research these terms, and I want you to write about this. I want you to do that. We're going to go visit here. Masculines, when y'all start taking trips, if you have like older kids, you could take your kids with you on the business trips. Okay. This is where we going. Just emphasis. I grew up doing this stuff, okay? Like, I tell y'all that I grew up as an entrepreneur, but I don't go into depth about it all the time. But regular stuff was, for me, was going to different states and my dad having a kiosk at the mall, and we're working in his photography business. I got trained in doing photography with him when I was 14. So, and I was doing sales for photography at that age as well. This is regular life for me. This should be regular life for all of us. This is a 6-page document stating the entire business plan. So, on my website, this is where you can get all of these documents. If you're here on YouTube only, you will not have access to these documents, okay? In order to get access to these documents, you will have to join my mastermind group, all right? I will read you the legal aspect of this. Legal and tax concerns. This is for us and our partners. Representation by your own attorney and financial advisor are recommended greatly. Definitely speak with a syndication and fund experience attorney. Communicate with a financial advisor and or CPA that is familiar with filing dividend payments, capital gains, real estate rental income, real estate sales income, and any other personal concern that may be unique to the individual partner or investor. Okay? We're talking millions of dollars here. This is not like, no, there's no offense to people who do GoFundMe's and people who fundraise in different ways and stuff like that. I did that. I tried it. People are not consistent. People are not honoring their word. We do not have time. We do not have time for people to be dropping like flies based off of emotions and not logical decisions. Now, that was July 2023, okay? And I said millions. We're on Quadrillion now, because that was just real estate. The entire network itself, on top of the research firm, because we didn't have the research firm idea back then. And now, here in 2024 and beyond, all right, this 8-year, experiencing a different comprehension of not just what currency is, but what business is. Entrepreneurship. I'm not asking you to clock in for a certain amount of hours and then clock out. I'm saying use your gifts, talents, abilities, and skills to be able to create the finances you need, and we all share ourselves, our services with each other. We give each other discounts. We give each other information while we're all gaining passive income from the same conglomerate of a corporation. Able to sustain our business, because when you have the passive income to sustain the business, then you can take care of anything else. Then you can take care of the community. Then you can build structures without being like, oh, well, it's going to take too much time and I got to work. And no, it eliminates all of that. So figure out a passive income business. I have one here. And this is the structure that it goes. It's a passive income business that is structured in a particular type of way. And then with that business, it is able to attract a particular type of customer base of elderly people. What do elderly people need? They need healthy food. They need people to help them pass away, as far as making sure they're comfortable and making sure that, they live a happy life for however long they have, whether that's 5 years, a decade, or 2 decades. And they need things to help them have fun. Okay? What do spiritual people do? All that. Vegan food, massage therapy, Reiki healing, energy cleansing, all types of therapy. Everything that we do helps the elderly very directly. So by creating a passive income business to cater to the elderly very specifically, it directly affects people who have holistic and organic businesses. Okay, roast and race. Hours a week, depending on what you're doing, and you're able to focus on your purpose within this mission that we are all on, as far as raising the frequency and raising the vibration of the planet and enlightening others to do the same thing. And so, building a team, okay? This is what I'm doing right now, because me doing things behind the scenes, off camera, just hasn't been working. So at this point, I have to structure things this way. So this is a journey that I'm on with you guys as far as building a team. So different people have been asking me, well, how can I help? How can I join? I'm just like, hey, look, just follow exactly what I'm saying right now. Because as far as me hitting you up in the DM, we having an hour-long conversation, you telling, no, I'm not doing that no more. You see what I'm doing and you like it and it makes sense for you, that's it. And then we can get to work from there. Because I don't know what else to do. I'm being straight up. Because it's just been weird. I told y'all, years having meetings in person with people. So, developing passive income as a unit creates a way for everyone to have a place to run the business, right? So even if someone is not in a leadership position, as far as being one of the main, not necessarily examples, but main players as far as hiring people and, going to network to expand our vendors and different people in our space, even beneath that level, the way that the Matrix plays the climbing the corporate ladder thing is toxic. We behave in high vibrational actions, okay? We have conscious company culture, okay? By that, it just means like our network, we do for each other for real, for real. Like, it's not about a paycheck, and it's not about looking at someone and they're better because they make more money than the next person. It's literally like, yeah, that person makes that amount of money, but they're this much value. So it doesn't matter how much money they have. We don't look at them as their bank account or how much money they make. It's like, no, we love that person. They just decide to not make a lot of money because, like, they're going and meditating on the beach 20 hours a week. They're going in the forest and talking to animals 40 hours a week. So who are we to make fun of them for not making as much money? They don't care about the money. They just need the money for gas and to eat food. And then they come back and tell us about their amazing adventures on the beach and with the animals and in the Arctic and wherever they decide to go. So they're of huge value. It's just money is not important for what they have going on in their personal life. That's the difference between us and corporate America. $5,000 a year for taxes because you did your paperwork right. This matrix is all about paperwork. Me speaking to you right now, this doesn't mean much. However, when we're talking about this matrix in this country that we live in, this right here speaks volumes. This right here speaks volumes. And yes, I typed all these myself. These are all of my original documents. This original packet was made for the mastermind group that I created back in 2020. And at that time, I was charging $1,500 to participate. Now it's $3,000. And so with me combining it with the spiritual community, it means way more to me now than it did before. At first, I just wanted to, have different options for people in real estate to participate in. Now, no. This is legacy empire building. We are taking this to a whole different level. I'm sick of seeing niggas on the internet complaining about things that I have actionable solutions for, and people are refusing to listen. So that is why we're doing things this way and structuring it this way. Let's go. Sakim Asaru said, "We behave in high vibrational actions." SE, I love that viewpoint. Appreciate you so much, Sakim. And the video on that, did I make a full video on it? It's a concept. I know it's in the ebook. I thought I did a video on it. I don't think I did a video on it. I might need to do it. But conscious company culture. Marissa Peer, I believe that's her name. She was talking about that with her book publishing business. And it's like everybody meditates before they get into doing business each day, and everybody speaks high vibrationally to each other so that everything goes well for the business, because it's not about money. It's about how do you feel about when you come into the workplace. Same thing for us. We're gonna have our headquarters in Mississippi. I chose that intentionally. Biloxi, Mississippi. However, most things, like ladies can work from home, so they can be located anywhere, unless we're going on a retreat. But that comes later, when we have our paid retreats where everybody can vacation as a group. But I digress. The masculines, when y'all go travel, y'all are going to be going to different cities in the country and out of the country. Now, when y'all go out of the country, look, we got a protocol, okay? Because in other countries, there are different laws. So we have to make sure that we have conscious company culture so that we're all behaving properly. We already black, so, okay? Got to make sure we're behaving right. This information in this binder here, this is the six-figure bird dog system for wholesalers, and this one specifically is creating wholesale real estate cash flow, and that is how you are able to make cash flow as a real estate investor without owning the properties. And then this here, these are basically cover letters, but documents showing different plans for how we can help in multiple different industries other than just real estate. Because here's the thing about real estate is, first of all, you need property in order to do anything. Then if you're walking, that's real estate. If you're breathing, you're sitting somewhere and breathing, that's real estate. You got a place to sit at, that is real estate. So if we're talking about farming, if we're talking about gardening, if we're talking about homesteading, that is real estate. You want to be the land plug in your area, or even in your network of people, if you know different pieces of property in multiple states. You want to be that person. You want to be that go-to person. Even if you don't want to be that go-to person, you need to know that go-to person in order to get you a piece of land. Okay? Okay, and that's all the clips. So, think about it like this, right? A whole bunch of people in the spiritual community talk about going off grid, don't they? Right, okay. So if that's the case, what our network could do, you as an individual could do this. You could be part of our network and do this on your own. This is the beautiful part about being a network. You don't have to wait for any of us. I already have the information available for you. So you take the information and implement it into business. You create a wholesale real estate business, right? You can hire people, And you can have passive income streams along with making cash dollars. So how do you make the 11,000? To even do certain things, you can learn about wholesale real estate. I have information on my website and on my page. So if you join the membership, there's information about it here. And then I have my other platform where I talk about it as well. So a lump sum is very easy to make. So if we're talking about land, being the land plug, and you got all these connections to people who are selling land, okay, you can make a lump sum from somebody in the spiritual community who either has cash or funding. Because their funding, they have to make monthly payments to their funding source. However, it would be cash payment to you. So you would get your deposit $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 from a property purchase from someone else. Now, granted, it's not always that much. I've made lowest $1,000 on a deal before. I think that was the lowest I made. Yeah, I think that was the lowest I made. And so, that's still good though. Do a few of those, build up the revenue, and then have the business pay your employees. And also the passive income part, where you could do lease options or special financing subject to that wholesale real estate cash flow, right? Where someone may not be able to pay cash or get traditional funding, but they're paying you $200 a month, $300 a month, when you don't even own the property, but they're paying you for it until it's paid off. That's that aspect of it. I'm gonna leave that. Like I said, if you don't have the 11, you can still learn real estate with the 3K. So, ladies, okay? This is what our essays will look like in the network. So, masculines, this is what it will look like in the archive for you guys to be able to participate in. So, I'm going to let y'all see it like this. Okay. So, this is how it appears on our archive on the website. The ladies will have their information for the essay. And then you can click on the essay. And you are able to read said essay. Each essay is required to be 5 pages, but that's for the ladies to know at least 5 pages. And so it goes through all the information, whatever subject the lady is talking on and explaining. She'll be able to go into detail about that particular topic, cite her sources, and share and market whatever business she has or is participating in. And this is what the blog website looks like. Flow blog, we'll call it Flow blog. And for our network, marine liquidity fiduciary flow is quite the mouthful. So marine flow is what we're calling it, okay? You guys can visit this. It's linked in the description box of this video, and it is in the marine liquidity fiduciary flow tab in my description area, all right? So like I said, I chose Biloxi, Mississippi for us to be headquartered. Okay. Reason being, because why Mississippi? Why Biloxi, Mississippi? I've done a lot of research on Mississippi for different reasons. And it just makes the most sense. Financially speaking. In the South, land's just cheaper. Any property is cheaper. All real estate is cheaper in the South. Why in the world would I put the headquarters in New York, California, Washington? Even Florida is pretty expensive, so I'm not finna have a headquarters there. Paying not too much for the property itself, not paying too much in property taxes if we come across that situation. You know, the first 2 years of things, you have to make sure you do things a certain way until you can finalize things in later years. Also, marine, liquidity, fiduciary, flow, water. Biloxi, Mississippi is on the Gulf of Mexico. It's on the coastline of Mississippi. So we have our headquarters. All I'm saying is I think y'all would enjoy going to work and then going to the beach. I don't know. I just think that sounds pretty fun. At the same time, we have to make sure we're connecting with and communicating with the Marine Kingdom. What better way to do that than by the beach? On top of that, we're close to the Mississippi River. That's a bit more of a drive. Nonetheless, it's still pretty close. So you have river and ocean. It's a gulf, nonetheless, it is a body of water that's close to the ocean. Also, on the not so bright side of that, we have to clean that area. The Mississippi River, that was kind of country. The Mississippi River is, if I'm being honest, it's kind of used as a toilet. A lot of stuff gets dumped into the Mississippi River, so then it just flows out and goes into the Gulf of Mexico. So really, it's our duty to clean it. The water's still cool to chill in. It's just, it could be better, and it's our job to clean it. And also, y'all have heard me talk a little bit about the artificial island project where we're building an island out of recycled materials. Gulf of Mexico. Yes. Those videos are even more detailed in our membership tab, so you'll be able to see those videos that have already been posted like months ago about the structure of an artificial private island, and I posted about it in the community tab a little while ago. So we have our headquarters in Biloxi, Mississippi, which is by the beach, which is inexpensive. And we also have the structure for when we're building our island. That's a different story, different video. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. But that is the basis and structure of our quadrillion dollar plan. Our ladies are making money from home, writing essays and doing research. While those essays are used for our network, our masculines are able to invest into our network and be able to gain access, gain vendors, gain connections with others, and bring them back to our network. And that's how we create our Rolodex. So yeah, that's what's going on. Do y'all have any questions before I close this out? This is really exciting for me. This is the end all be all of everything. I told y'all I'm not going to be on social media in 2025. I'm going to be doing this. So let me know if y'all have anything you want to ask. Otherwise, ladies, y'all can join the website. You can go ahead and sign up to be an author if you would like to write essays for our blog. Y'all saw the blog structure and our membership. You will be able to see the blog structure for the essay specifically. My full essay that I just showed y'all is available for the Trillionaire Entities tier. Y'all have all 5 pages to the essay. They give you a breakdown of what we discussed in this video, but and even more, because y'all know video is different from words. Like, it's, you still get a lot of details, and video is just, for some reason, words are so concrete that it's better to digest. It's easy, not necessarily easier, but it's better to digest from words. And you can look up terminologies a lot easier. You just copy and paste and look up words that you don't know or need more clarification on within the context, stuff like that. It just is what it is. That's why we're doing things that way versus like just everybody doing videos and trying to go viral. This is not a video to go viral. This is not a stream that I'm expecting there to be a whole lot of hoopla about. There's a lot of terminologies in here that a lot of our people have never heard of ever before. I've been doing research on this, like the business plan, the 6-page document. I've been doing that research since this time last year in 2023. Really before then. Before then, in 2022, I was doing more research on crypto assets and the law that got passed, the executive order that was passed in 2023, 2022 concerning crypto assets. It's Executive Order 14067, and I broke down sections 4 and 5, and that is the NFTs and real estate ebook. So that's learning about how asset backed securities in the crypto blockchain space are also in the third dimension. They're physical, tangible items, assets that are tokenized on the blockchain. So that's what I was doing at the end of 2022. By the time January 2023 came around, I was doing more research and providing more information on private equity firms, asset management, venture capital, things of that nature, just surrounding money. Just money itself, just money. So we get in the money business and we help those in the services business, services and goods, but primarily services business, where we're talking about the elderly. The elderly need more services for themselves rather than just items, right? So combine those things, we all be educated, we all network with each other to get smarter in those arenas, and then boom, quadrillion. Everybody's a quadrillionaire. So yeah, that's it. I see nobody has any questions, so I appreciate you guys for watching. And once again, gratitude to Win Wortman. He was already a member. He joined the stream when we first started. And gratitude to Sakim Asaru for joining Trillionaire Entities as well. I'm so glad to see it, and I appreciate your investment into our network, okay? All right. Shalom, Rainicorns. I will see you in the next one. Tawara, and that means thank you in Hebrew.